Jackie McCabe. I'll be your host today as we discuss History Standard 2 of the Delaware Social Studies Standards. This standard deals with the building blocks of history, the documents and artifacts that historians rely upon to systematically investigate and construct the story of the past. Ultimately, the historian ranks the different sources in terms of their credibility and usefulness to the specific argument he or she is making. One obstacle in this task is the key question, what documents and artifacts are available? We're in a vault at the Delaware Public Archives. History Standard 2 states, students will gather, examine, and analyze historical data. For History Standard 2, from the kindergarten level to the 3rd grade level, the benchmark, also known as the end of cluster expectation, states, students will use artifacts and documents to gather information about the past. Essential questions that help teachers and students uncover the meaning of the benchmark are, what can I learn about the past from studying artifacts and documents? The other question is, what can't I learn from these sources? The K-3 cluster introduces students to the concept that documents and artifacts give us information about the past. Students will have mastered this concept when they can respond to a new document or artifact by giving an explanation that clearly displays their understanding of the concept. A primary source is a piece of physical evidence from a time period or an event. Both a document and an artifact can be primary sources. An artifact is simply a thing, anything, made by human hands. Documents that are considered primary sources are diaries, letters, photographs, birth records, or any document that serves as a first-person account or an eyewitness to an event or time period. Sometimes we learn more from touching artifacts than we learn from reading about them. A student's book bag contains artifacts that historians could use to describe that student. For example, is the student neat? Organized? And prepared for class with 2 pencils? Good job. There they are. This is Hannah. Hannah is a 3rd grade student at Star Hill Elementary School, and she's agreed to help us identify some examples of primary sources. Hannah, thanks for helping us today. Can you show us what you have in your book bag?
I have homework.
Homework. Nice job. What else?
I have a test.
A test. You did great. Anything else?
I have a notebook.
A notebook. Did you fill this up?
Yes.
Good for you. Each of these items is a primary source because they are pieces of physical evidence from the current time period. What do these things tell us about the time period and about Hannah? Thank you, Hannah. Hi, Darissa.
Hi.
Thanks for helping us today. This is Darissa Everett, a 3rd grade teacher at Star Hill Elementary School. I would like to show everyone some of the everyday things on a teacher's desk that are considered primary sources.
Grade book, lesson plan book, today's lunch menu, a student's report card.
Thank you, Darissa. These common everyday items in the classroom are primary sources. Each of these artifacts and documents tells us something about the current time period. These items will be what people in the future will use to learn about how we live today. How do we apply this method of using artifacts and documents in the classroom to gather information about the past? Let's take a look at several examples. Thank you, Michelle.
You're welcome.
The first item is a photograph of students competing as part of the traditional field day activities held in schools in the mid-20th century. After studying the photograph, a student will need to describe the activity taking place, the students who are participating, and those students who are watching. What purpose did this activity serve at the school? Possibly exercise and school spirit. Is there an activity in your school today that is similar to field day? The second item is a household tool from the early 20th century. What might this item have been used for? Where might it have been used? When might it have been used? This is actually a rug beater. The third item is a description of a battle by a soldier who fought in the American Civil War. What type of document is this? A letter, journal, or a diary perhaps? Why do you think this document was written? What evidence in the document helps you know why it was written? I hope this discussion has helped give you a clearer understanding of History Standard 2 and the use of primary sources. Thanks for watching, and good luck in your classroom this year.